Talk TV, the ultimate live podcast. This morning, we're gonna have a couple of start stories. The first one is the story of Crystal Anderson, who died at the age of 40 in Kansas City in the United States of America. Now, let's dive into this story. I've not covered a story like this one before, and the reason why I'm doing this is because there is a need for a story like this to be told. There is one second, one second, guys. I'm going through a crisis here. Right. So this story is a very sad story for the family. My condolences to the family of Crystal Anderson. Um, Now, a lot of you guys would love to know who is Crystal Anderson. So let's dive into the story before we get to yeah, Crystal Anderson, a former Kansas City chief cheerleader, has died at age 40 due to sepsis following a stillbirth. Okay, sepsis following a stillbirth. One second. Pardon me a minute. Let me get. I'm just reading the article from the Independent that Crystal Anderson died it was due to the sepsis following a stillbirth. Right. So, right there. So, sepsis is a life threatening reaction to an infection. It happens when your immune system overreacts to an infection and starts to damage your body on tissue and organ. You cannot catch sepsis from another person's. Sepsis is sometimes called sepsi, septicemia or blood poisoning. Yeah. So Anderson, who cheered for more than 100 games, passed away on 20th of March, or on March 20th. The official chief cheer team confirmed on Instagram. A GoFundMe page shared that Anderson was hospitalized at 21 weeks, pregnant, and delivered her daughter, Charlotte Widow, who was stillborn. She developed a fever 1 day after the stillbirth and battled sepsis, which led to organ failure. Exactly, says new definition. After she placed After she was placed on life support, Anderson underwent three surgeries, but the source of infection remained elusive. In the early hours of March 20th, surrounded by her devoted family, sweet Chrissy passed away. Her GoFundMe page read, as a former NFL cheerleader for the Kansas City Chiefs, Chrissy brought her energy and passion to every performance for 10 seasons. She was a dynamic athlete. In addition to cheering for the Chiefs from 2006 to 2011 and 2013 to 2016, Anderson was also a yoga instructor and a software engineer who was passionate about women health and black women in STEM field. Her husband, Clayton Anderson, told Fox 4, "I feel lost." He said, "There's a lot of people in this house and it feels empty." Sepsis is the body's extreme response to an infection, according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, in brackets CDC. It arises when the body's normal response to an infection injures and overwhelm its own tissues. Overwhelm its own tissues. So it arises when the body normal response to infections ages and overwhelms its own tissue and organ. Sepsis expert and pediatric intense care consultant Dr. Colin Begg previously told the Independent leading to sepsis shock, multi-organ failure, and death. In the United States, at least 1.7 million adults develop sepsis in 1 year alone. The CDC reported the Sepsis Alliance state that during childbirth, sepsis can occur because of an infection related to the pregnancy. A study published a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that maternal deaths in the US have more than doubled over 2 decades, with black mothers dying at the highest rate. Black women are also 3 times more likely to die from a pregnancy related cause than white women, according to the CDC. There are many factors that contribute to these disparities, such as unequal healthcare, healthcare, unequal healthcare. This has got to do with resources, structural racism. That is got to do with racism, of course, and implicit bias in medicine. Right. Right. So, what have we got here? I mean, I might have to stop here. Well, let's read the rest of the story, shall we? Taking to Instagram, the official account of the team shared a heartfelt tribute in honor to Anderson's legacy. We are deeply saddened by the recent passing of Kristal Anderson, of CC alum Kristal. They began the post. She was loved and adored by the teammates, fans, and strangers who were never strangers for long. During her time at the NFL cheerleader, Anderson attended the Pro Bowl as the chief representative in 2015, served as captain of her team, cheered during the London game, and visited U.S. Army troops throughout the country and overseas. She also served in an alumni role during cheerleading practice and chief games. We will miss her kind spirit, joyful energy, and her sparkle. The continued our thoughts and prayers are with her family and loved ones. We will cherish every moment we had with her. At a later date, we will share how we will continue to honor her legacy. While working as a software engineer at Oracle Health, Anderson was awarded for her work in developing software that assesses the risk of postpartum hemorrhage, obituary stated. She married her husband Clayton in July 2021, and their first child, James Charles, also died in infancy. Wow. Chris is reunited with their babies, James Charles and Charlotte Willow. The GoFundMe page read, God was eager to have her back, even though our hearts weren't ready. Your generosity and passion will forever echo the love she shared with us all. Anderson family and friends have organized the fundraiser to establish Crystal Legacy Fund. From news to politics, travel to sport, culture to climate, the Independent has a host of free newsletter to suit your interest. To find the story you want to read and more in your inbox, click here. Right, that's the end of the article. Now, when we're talking about this story, it's a bit strange. Now, this person, I didn't know who Crystal Anderson was until today when I um, saw it on the internet. And the reason why I'm talking about this, and especially what they mentioned there about black women dying more, it's just facts, and it's even worse when you're in Africa and yes, Africa, perhaps the Caribbean or and South America. The same things happen in Africa, for example. These women die through having cesarean section or C-sections, and which people kind of make almost compulsory, and that is a problem. They will voluntarily push women into C-sections simply because it makes more money. So that means the women who don't need any surgery to give birth would be forced, literally, into giving birth by C-section. This is a problem that happened in my beloved African country, um, and it's very sad. And a lot of women pass away like this. Now, the other problem is that women don't have social security. They don't have health care, insurance and stuff. So often these fees they can't pay, and they will be held hostage in the hospital setting, just like prisoners. So the doctors and the professional will create a situation just to enrich themselves and then abuse the poor family. So this uh, is very much the the cancer here in Cameroon, for example. Now I don't know what happened with the other countries. You guys have to tell me in the comment section below if you're from Africa, what happened in your country because there is no health insurance cover. I mean, a story like this one, people do die in Africa as well. Some women, a lot of women die, and that is, giving birth is the biggest sacrifice that a woman does, and for her to pass away like that, like the just to giving birth and you end up losing your own life, it's just sad, and it's really really heartbreaking for the families, and we wish you know we wish them um, a very our condolences, and to be strong, and that they should forever keep the nice and beautiful memories that were created by Crystal Anderson as to building what will be left as her legacy. Luckily, she left a child behind, which is good. Um, she left something, but nobody would want to go like that. You ask a woman, you're gonna go give birth and you're gonna pass away. Are you okay for this? I'm pretty sure the person will not sign up for this. Sadly, that's life. These things happen. And let me know what you think in the comment section below for this sad story. Next sad story is about the guy that wanted to copy Engano's journey, and he ended up being dead in the, what do you call this? In the Maghreb area, that is in Tunisia. I think it's in Tunisia, somewhere there, either Tunisia or, yeah, Tunisia or Morocco. So that's the sad story of Ernest Chio, Ernest Chioto, Ernest Chioto, MMA fighter, Cameroon champion MMA fighter, who died, passed away a couple of days ago, trying to immigrate to Europe. And this is a very sad story too. And that is coming up next. Guys, stay tuned. That's Mr. D from Top TV. Please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. In the comment section below, don't forget to subscribe and comment. Mostly comment. Engage. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for being nice to everybody. Have a blessed day.